In the Bible, there are two distinct symbols that hold great significance: the mark of the beast and the seal of God. These symbols, though contrasting in nature, represent the choices that people must make during the end times. Today, we'll explore what each of these symbols means, their implications, and why they are so important. First, let's talk about the mark of the beast, which is mentioned in the book of Revelation, particularly in chapter 13. The Bible warns that during the end times, there will be a global system in place where people will be required to receive a mark, which signifies their allegiance to a false system, often represented by the beast. Revelation 13, 16, 17 tells us that the mark of the beast will be placed on the right hand or forehead. This mark is linked to the worship of the beast and the rejection of God's commandments. Those who receive it will be unable to buy or sell unless they comply with the system. It's a symbol of submission to worldly powers that oppose God's will. The mark represents a forced choice between allegiance to the beast's corrupt system and faithfulness to God. It is a symbol of rebellion against God's authority and a rejection of his divine rule over the world. Now, let's contrast this with the seal of God, which is also described in the book of Revelation, specifically in chapter 7 and chapter 14. The seal of God represents God's protection, ownership, and divine favor. It's a mark of those who belong to God and have chosen to follow him, even in the face of persecution and tribulation. In Revelation 7:3, God's angels are commanded to seal his servants on their foreheads. This seal signifies that they belong to God and are under his protection. The seal of God is not just an external mark, but a spiritual sign of those who are loyal to God's commandments and have faith in his salvation. Unlike the mark of the beast, which represents submission to a corrupt earthly power, the seal of God is about aligning oneself with divine truth, peace, and righteousness. Those who are sealed by God are marked by their obedience to his commandments and their commitment to his kingdom. It is a sign of divine ownership and eternal security. The difference between these two symbols is stark. The mark of the beast represents allegiance to the powers of this world, submission to evil, and ultimate separation from God. On the other hand, the seal of God represents loyalty to God's kingdom, his protection, and his eternal promises. In Revelation 14, 9-12, we are told that those who receive the mark of the beast will face eternal consequences, while those who are sealed by God will experience his protection and eternal life. The decision is clear. One symbol leads to destruction, while the other leads to life and peace in the presence of God. The choice is ultimately in our hands. In the end, we must decide which mark we will bear, the mark of the beast or the seal of God. The seal of God is a mark of salvation, peace, and eternal life, while the mark of the beast is a mark of rebellion, judgment, and separation from God. Remember, the choices we make today reflect the mark we will bear tomorrow. Choose wisely, and let your allegiance be with the one who offers eternal life, God.